Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be showing you how to prepare DNA loading dye, or it can be used for RNA as well. So today's video will be preparing gel loading dye. So if you know, gel loading dyes are important to track the migration of the electrophoresis. Since the nucleic acids such as DNA and RNA don't have any kind of color, it is necessary to track them in an electrophoresis. For that we used gel loading dye or gel loading buffer. Not only this, since agarose gel electrophoresis involves the wells, and we are dealing with the wells, and nucleic acid don't have density. If you load your DNA samples inside the well, it will come out. So that is another use of gel loading dye. So you can make the DNA dense, which goes deeper into the well, and you can run your DNA samples so it separate nucleic acids based on the size. So for that we are preparing gel loading dye, and that's the use of the gel loading dye. First, to track the migration of the DNA or RNA, as well as to create the density for the nucleic acid such that so they can go in deep inside the wells, and the electrophoresis can be carried out, separation can be carried out when the charge is applied. So in today's video we'll be preparing gel loading dye. So there are different dyes you can prepare. So there are different components of the dyes. I will enlist one of the components, that is the tracking dye. So there are different tracking dyes depending on what size of DNA or DNA you are interested in. So for small samples you use very small, such as microRNAs or small RNAs, you use RNG inside your gel loading buffer or gel loading dye. For relatively higher size, like suppose let's say 500 to 1 kb, you use bromophenol blue. For more than that you use xylene cyanol. So there are 3 different dyes available in the market. You can also use them to prepare the gel loading dye. So what are the compositions of gel loading dye? First we need a tracking dye. We have xylene cyanol, bromophenol blue or RNG, which any one of you can use. Either you can mix the xylene cyanol or bromophenol blue together, or you can mix 3 of them together, no issue, or you can prepare individually, that is absolutely fine. Also you have to add glycerol or sucrose or ficol to make tracking dye denser, so that it can mix with the DNA samples, which can go deeper into the wells and the separation can be carried out. Have to add EDTA. So EDTA, as we know, is a chelating agent which chelates the ions which are required for the activity of the nucleases, which will degrade the nucleic acid. So it is better to add EDTA in your gel loading dye or tracking dye in order to protect your dye from the nucleases. So when you mix your DNA samples with your tracking dye, it won't be degraded since you have EDTA in it. Then you need a nucleus free water or sterile milky water to make up the volume of your gel loading dye. So in today's video I will be preparing the gel loading dye, which is a very simple, in which I will use any of tracking dye. Especially today I am using xylene cyanol. I will not go for the glycerol or ficol. You can use them, no issue, but I will use today sucrose, which is personal preference again, why to use glycerol, sucrose. But when you use the glycerol, you can store it for longer period of time instead of sucrose. So we have bromophenol blue, we have xylene cyanol, we also need sucrose. You can use molecular biology grade sucrose if you have. It's free water, and we need the falcon in which we want to prepare it. So today we are going to prepare 10 ml of 6x gel loading dye, for which we need 4 gram of molecular biology grade sucrose, and we will be dissolving this sucrose in a 4 to 8 ml of nucleus free water. Here make sure you use nucleus free water or sterile milky water, since we are not using EDTA in our gel loading dye. And always prepare these gel loading dyes in less quantity, I would say in less volumes than required to avoid the contamination. Here I am going with the xylene cyanol, which will be used in 0.025%. If you are experiencing the dye shadows in your gels, use it in a less amount, that is also fine. And after adding xylene cyanol, you mix the dye solution and make up the volume up to 10 ml, and your dye is ready to load the gels. You can prepare gel loading dye. Make sure you allocate into 1 ml of gel loading dye to keep it it's at minus 20 degrees Celsius until further use. Very careful with this dye since you don't have EDTA. So if you want, you can better add EDTA, but in my experience it doesn't make any large difference until and unless you are handling it very nicely. So this is how you can prepare 6x gel loading dye. So how will you load it with a sample? Since this is 6x dye, you have to add it into the 1x concentration to your DNA samples. So whatever DNA sample you want to load, divided by 6, that will be the dye you need to add into your DNA sample, and you can load and track it. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.